The U.S. mistakenly targeted and killed an innocent aid worker for an American company in a drone strike in Afghanistan. The New York Times suggested in an investigation into the country's final military action of the recently concluded 20-year war. The victim, the newspaper said, was 43-year-old Zamari Ahmadi, who died with 9 members of his family, including 7 children, when a missile from a U.S. Air Force Reaper drone struck his car as he arrived home from work in a residential neighborhood of Kabul. U.S. military officials have insisted the targets of the 29th of August operation were Islamic State suicide bombers plotting an attack on Kabul airport similar to that which killed 13 American troops helping with evacuations, and more than 170 others 3 days earlier. The action, General Mark Milley, chair of the U.S. Joint Chiefs of Staff, insisted, was a righteous strike against ISIS-K members who had been observed at points during the day loading what a surveillance team thought to be explosives into the vehicle and visiting a known safe house of the terrorist group. But the Times reporting, compiled from extensive video analysis, interviews with Ahmadi's colleagues and family, and visits to the scene, casts considerable and potentially devastating doubt on that U.S. official version of events. What the U.S. military observers figured was Ahmadi acting suspiciously, the newspaper said, was him going about his normal business as a worker for the California-based aid group Nutrition and Education International. His duties that day included dropping off colleagues at various places in Kabul, according to the director of NEI in Afghanistan interviewed by a Times reporter. And the explosives in the vehicle were water cartons that Ahmadi filled from a hose at his office and was taking home to his family. We have nothing to do with terrorism or ISIS. We love America. We want to go there, said the director, who was quoted anonymously because of the danger of being associated with a U.S. company doing business in Afghanistan. The Washington Post also published its own investigation into the deadly U.S. strike, which reached similar conclusions, including that there was no indication of a second, larger explosion at the residential compound that Milley suggested was evidence of explosives in the back of the Ahmadi's car.